In a world saturated with a variety of encounters and overlapping destinies, each of us is faced with a solution to a dilemma. To say yes and enter into the maelstrom of events, or to say a decisive no and remain true to your beliefs. Today we will lift the veil over the world of 5 individuals whom you may have already met in your life. This is a story about how to dare to refuse those who meaningfully step on our path. Welcome to a world where no becomes a powerful tool of self-defense, and Stoicism acts as a reliable guide in the maze of interpersonal relationships. People who demand your time and energy without respect. These may be colleagues, friends, relatives, or acquaintances who may not realize or appreciate how important your time and personal space are. They can constantly make requests, ignoring your own commitments, plans, and needs. Relationships with such people often turn into one-sided dynamics, where your time and energy become a resource available on demand. These individuals may not realize the importance of respecting someone else's time, as they focus solely on their own needs and desires. Faced with such a situation, it is important to realize your boundaries and learn to say no. Stoicism in this context can offer valuable principles. He teaches how to effectively allocate your resources and maintain inner peace without succumbing to constant pressure from others. The principles of Stoicism warn against engaging in endless commitments, emphasizing the importance of balance and self-preservation. The main task in this case is to maintain a healthy relationship in which respect for other people's borders is a mutual process. By recognizing your value and respecting your own needs, you create healthy boundaries that will help you manage your time and energy effectively. Of course, this requires communication skills and openness, but Stoicism can be a great guide in finding this balance. One of the main manifestations of this behavior is the constant need for your presence or help, often accompanied by inappropriate or unsolicited advice. These people may forget that you have your own responsibilities, life circumstances, and personal worries. As a result, they may not appreciate your efforts and the time you are already putting into your life. Interacting with such people can create feelings of fatigue, anxiety, and frustration. However, according to the principles of Stoicism, it is important to remain calm and clear in your own decisions. This includes the ability to clearly express your boundaries and defend your interests. Instead of succumbing to constant demands, Stoicism can offer methods for developing emotional stability and the ability to communicate competently. Stoics teach the value of self-control and not letting other people's actions affect your inner world. In practice, this may include an open conversation with those who constantly demand your time, explaining their obligations and limitations. It is important not to feel guilty about rejection or setting boundaries. Toxic personalities that negatively affect you. Toxic personalities that have a negative impact on you are people who can undermine your emotional well-being and even affect your overall lifestyle. These may be colleagues, friends, family members, or acquaintances whose actions, words, and relationships create a toxic atmosphere around you. Such personalities may exhibit various traits, including criticism, envy, negativism, selfishness, or even manipulation. They can affect you emotionally, causing feelings of stress, nervousness, or even loss of self-confidence. One of the key features of toxic personalities is their ability to influence your emotional state and mental health. Encountering such individuals can be difficult, but Stoicism provides useful tools for effectively managing the effects of toxic personalities. In the context of Stoicism, it is important to realize that you cannot control other people's actions or relationships, but you can control your own reactions. The steadfastness and peace preached by Stoicism can help you maintain inner harmony in situations where the influence of toxic personalities can be strong. The principle of accepting things as they are helps to get rid of excessive emotional reactions and concentrate on your own inner balance. Stoicism also teaches the ability to set boundaries. In dealing with toxic individuals, it is important to determine what is acceptable to you and what is not, and stand by your principles, not allowing a negative impact on your life. In general, Stoicism provides a philosophical foundation for resisting the harmful effects of toxic personalities, emphasizing the importance of inner resilience, awareness, and managing one's reactions to external influences. Those who are trying to shift their responsibilities to you. These may be colleagues, friends, or even family members who are trying to avoid their own responsibilities by shifting them onto your shoulders. Such behavior can create additional burdens, as well as cause feelings of inequality and injustice. Those who are trying to shift their tasks to you by default can use different strategies. This may be a manifestation of laziness, irresponsibility, or a desire to avoid difficult situations. They may perceive you as an easy victim, ready to take on an extra burden. Interacting with such people can cause irritation and even resentment. Stoicism offers an approach to handling such situations based on the principles of rational thinking and taking control of one's reactions. The Stoics teach that it is important to separate what is in our power from what is beyond our control. In the case of attempts to shift responsibilities, we cannot change the behavior of others, but we can influence our own reactions and decisions. Effective management of such situations may include setting clear boundaries, competent communication, and the ability to refuse when necessary. It is also important not to succumb to a sense of obligation to take on other people's responsibilities, while maintaining a balance between your own needs and the support of others. Stoicism, emphasizing the principle of influencing those aspects of life that depend on us, can help in gaining inner resilience and the ability to effectively manage situations where others are trying to shift their responsibilities onto you. It is also important to note that such behavior may be associated with low self-esteem or lack of confidence in their abilities. Shifting responsibilities can serve as a way for them to avoid possible setbacks and maintain their comfort zone. Instead of facing difficult situations, they prefer to delegate responsibility to others. Stoicism can provide useful principles for dealing effectively with such situations. The principle of accepting things as they are is useful in the context of understanding that we cannot change the behavior of others, but we can change our own approach to these situations. Fortitude, as one of the values of Stoicism, can help you maintain inner peace and not give in to emotional reactions when you are offered additional responsibilities. Stoics teach that it is important to remain calm and clear-minded in situations where others may try to manipulate you. The ability to set boundaries also becomes a key element in communicating with those who shift their responsibilities to you. Stoicism supports the idea of a balance between external expectations and your own inner peace. Thus, the application of the principles of Stoicism can help not only to effectively manage your time and energy, but also to maintain inner harmony in conditions when others seek to shift their responsibilities to you. People who are constantly asking you for something. Often such individuals do not realize how intensely they require your time and attention. Their constant requests can lead to feelings of fatigue and even excessive stress. It is important to note that such behavior is not always intentional and may be due to a lack of a sense of responsibility to your personal responsibilities. In the context of Stoicism, it is important to learn how to effectively manage your time and resources. The principle of a reasonable distribution of energy and attention helps to maintain a balance between being useful and supportive and maintaining your own boundaries. Stoics teach that it is important to consider your own commitments and schedule before agreeing to new requests. Stoicism also provides the principle of self-preservation, which implies taking care of one's physical and emotional well-being. This includes the ability to say no when you need to protect your energy and keep your balance. Interacting with those who constantly ask for help also requires the ability to set boundaries and teach them how not to cross those boundaries. An open conversation and an explanation of your situation can promote understanding and respect from others. Thus, the application of Stoic principles in interaction with those who constantly ask helps to create a balance between the support of others and self-defense, while maintaining inner stability and harmony. Such people can often ignore your own commitments, priorities, and personal boundaries, focusing solely on their needs. They may not realize how their requests affect you, and sometimes create feelings of guilt or obligation. Interacting with such individuals may require not only the ability to say no, but also the development of effective communication strategies. Stoicism suggests that it is important to maintain inner fortitude and not let outside influences lead you astray. The principle of a reasonable allocation of resources, including your time and attention, reminds you of the importance of balancing your responsibilities and taking care of yourself. When you are faced with constant requests, it is worth paying attention to the possibility of teaching these people the value of mutual respect and interaction. Having an open and honest conversation about your own boundaries and limitations can help create mutual understanding. However, it is important to remember that you have the right to take care of your own well-being. Stoicism teaches you to choose the battles that really matter and not be afraid to say no in situations where it is necessary for your own balance. Those who put you in front of a choice without respecting your values. Within the framework of Stoicism, it is important to recognize that you cannot always control the external circumstances and actions of other people. However, you are always in control of your own reactions and decisions. The principle of Stoicism's inner criterion suggests that your values and beliefs should remain unshakable even in difficult situations. Stoics teach that it is important to strive to ensure that your decisions correspond to your values and moral attitudes, even if others try to put you under pressure. The principle of reserve of inner freedom helps to maintain inner fortitude and the ability to make decisions in accordance with your own morality. Interacting with those who put you in front of a choice without respecting your values requires willpower and the ability to express your beliefs clearly and decisively. An open dialogue can help clarify differences in views and aspirations, but it is important to stay true to yourself and maintain inner integrity. People who put you in front of a choice without respecting your values create difficult scenarios in your relationship. The emotional and moral impact of this experience often feels like pressure on you, forcing you to make a choice between your beliefs and other people's interests. These individuals may resort to manipulation and blackmail, creating a sense of guilt or obligation. Encountering similar situations can also mean a loss of autonomy. Feeling that your own values and beliefs are not being taken into account can undermine your self-confidence and leave you feeling like you've lost your identity. Interacting with those who don't respect your values can lead to a conflict of values. This is especially true when different value systems collide, leaving you at a crossroads between your own beliefs and external pressures. Within the framework of Stoicism, the preservation of moral and ethical integrity becomes an important aspect. The principle of the internal criterion reminds you that your values must remain stable even in difficult circumstances. In these situations, it is important to learn how to say no and defend your beliefs. The ability to maintain your moral integrity and make decisions consistent with your values becomes a key aspect in maintaining inner resilience. Stoicism, as a philosophy of life, provides support in gaining inner stability in the face of external challenges and allows you to maintain moral integrity even in difficult situations. Those who hinder your personal and professional growth. On our path to personal and professional growth, we often encounter people who, like shadows, can interfere with our takeoff. These individuals, whether they are colleagues, acquaintances, or even close ones, can become an obstacle to our ambitions and goals. Some of them are those who undermine your confidence by questioning your abilities and achievements. These may be people who are jealous of your success, solely because they themselves face their own failures. Their words and actions can slow down your self-confidence and limit your potential. Others may see you as a threat to their own position and will actively hinder your professional growth. They may slow down your progress, underestimate your achievements, or even attempt to undermine your reputation. Stoicism in this context provides the tools to deal with such situations. The principle of distinguishing between what is in our power and what is not in our power can help us focus on what really depends on us and not on external influences. The Stoic view of such obstacles as challenges, rather than inevitable difficulties, can inspire the search for creative solutions, and the desire for development, despite external resistance. Thus, when meeting people who create obstacles to your personal and professional growth, Stoicism suggests not to lose harmony with yourself, but to use these challenges as fuel for your own improvement and development.